Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David, and this is my channel. Today's video, let's see, how would I say it? Letting go of the past is how you align with your source. So aligning with source is certainly letting go of the past. It took me a while to kind of get this. I have many different ways that I align with my source energy. The first thing you have to understand is that everything is now. Right now, right? This is it. And right now, either you are moving with the flow of your life, which is all set up. It really is. It doesn't feel like it sometimes, but I assure you it is. This flow of your life, your desires, everything you've asked for, all the different parts that you put together in what we call, Abraham Hicks would call it the vortex, and it's just flowing in right now, and you're receiving it. You're receiving it. Now, we can either be in that receiving mode of it. And how do we get in the receiving mode? Well, we need to focus on that which is wanted. That's it. Just like we talked about, the more you love, the more you appreciate, the more you receive. If you focus on that which is unwanted, then you jump out of the receiving mode. And now you're, like she would say, you're taking your boat, you're turning it upstream and now going upstream against the current of your life. So the current of your life is always going, and you should really sit with this if this is something new to you. That idea, can you imagine that current flowing of your life? And it's all good. In other words, there's nothing in it that's not working out for you. That's why they say everything is great. Everything is coming to you. All is well. There's that current whoosh, flowing in your life. When you align with that current, from my perspective, like it literally does feel like a current. In other words, when you get into that energetic place, you will feel yourself take off from that current and you will connect to it. For me, it's very similar to when I do Tai Chi. I can feel the two parts of my body connect and move like this, and it feels like they're connecting and flowing. And that's how my life feels like in the moment. Everything is flowing. And because of that, I can connect to what we would call our future, but it's now, and you can pull it in, you can feel your magnet turns on, and so forth and so on. And ultimately, that's what we all want. That is our natural state. That is who we are. That is what our inner being gives us. And we do that by focusing on that which is wanted. Now, in a world of a lot of contrast, and a lot of comparisons, and a lot of stuff out there, it's really hard to keep your focus on which is wanted, that which is wanted, because there's a lot of lack. And we would say it's lack. In other words, we look out in the world and we see that which is missing from others, from our life, from our health, from our body, and so forth and so on. So how do we offset that is always the question. Well, the answer from my perspective that I can share is the only way to be in a state of complete wanted is to be in the present moment, the now moment, without the past. This is why you'll hear me say, again, the past is the only issue. That's why we talk about the secrets. There are no secrets. The secrets I was referring to was your past. The past is all we need to do to let go. And boy, just recently, I fell back into that slope, and then I had to come back in, and I couldn't believe the switch and the change. In Tai Chi, we move, and we teach body mechanics in order to get the body moving and aligning so it moves correctly, okay? But after a while, the body mechanics turn off, and it's just energy. Energy flows everything. And it's very powerful because as it's going down, it's going up, and as I'm going back, I'm going forward. There's this motion like this inside my energy, and then it's being construed through the body or reflected through the body. So when someone touches me, they'll feel that. Any Tai Chi master, they will feel that idea. Now, that same thing here is the best way to explain it is when you get into the moment and you let go of the past, the world transforms. It doesn't feel like the same world. Everything switches. Now, I say that because we kind of want to be able to turn this magnet on, and we kind of want to be able to, get our life straight, but we want to stay where we are. And it's kind of like it's the Tai Chi. By the time they get the energy moving, their body will just disappear. They won't even feel the knees anymore, the elbows. You won't even feel the elbows anymore because it's all moving from the center. And this is how the moment works. So I say this because the mind inside, it wants to debunk the idea of, whoa, I can't let go of my past. That's my identity. That's who I am. And I get that. It has created a lot of separation in our mind. Our body mind, which we are mostly in tune with, is very separate, right? It has certain different categories and categorizations for different people, personalities, things, places, you name it, it's all there. And if you can imagine, and most of us, we know this, just imagine it's superimposed on your life. And as you walk out in that life, it's superimposed with the past. Just ponder that. How are we going to receive anything new? Everything new doesn't come from the farther you go out into the world or the new places. Believe it or not, that's not where newness comes from. Newness comes from the moment. It comes from right now, from your source. This is one of the things, once again, in Tai Chi, we start understanding that the expansion happens here, in the middle of the movement, not the farther you go out. We try to get through the form, and I'm trying to find that expansion, but it's here. You can go all the way to Paris and see everything you've seen here. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're superimposing the past on it. So, how do we stop superimposing the past? Well, one, we have to debunk it. We have to want it, because it is a very difficult thing to want. That's why I'm explaining the benefits from letting go of the past in the moment, what we would call being in the vortex from Abraham Hicks, and what we would call the holy instant from Yeshua in the Course of Miracles. The moment is a lot of wanted things, I assure you, because the more you let go of your judgments of your past that you have put on your life, you're going to be able to look out at the world and see it in its most magnificent state. A tree is going to glow like you wouldn't believe because there's no past associations on it. You're going to see the life flowing through its leaves. Even the brown leaves are going to be beautiful and amazing. The breath that moves through, you're going to feel it move through every single part of your body. It's just beautiful and wonderful. The sun shining on your face, it doesn't even matter how hot it is, it's just going to feel glowing and beautiful and magnificent. These words don't even describe it, because the moment itself, without past associations, is wanted. It's very, very, very wanted. So can you see how source is there? All the unwanted stuff goes away. If you happen to find, like sometimes I'm in the moment and something unwanted comes in, it's just one feeling out of many. And I'm like, oh, that's an interesting feeling. Fascinating. And then I just move on. And it just falls right off you. So things don't stick to you in the moment. Problems don't stick to you in the moment. The other thing about the moment is that others, when they talk to you, you'll see right through everything. So they won't bother you what they say or what they don't say. There's a broader perspective that is available to you in that moment. And yeah, it takes a little bit to turn this on, but just planting the seed, once again, to, as Abraham Hicks would say, we do a sales job to try to get people back into the moment. I mean, that's really all this is that everything you want is in the moment, everything. If you just get into the moment of wanted, your whole life will flow in from the synchronicity of it. Because everywhere you look will be wanted, wanted, wanted. And you won't even worry about how much money you have in the bank. You won't worry about what's going on in the TV that night. Like all these things in the past and future just disappear. And as you move around the world, it just comes in the form of synchronicity. This is definitely the answer. This idea of Eckhart Tolle, power of now, he's on to something. And I recommend it. Find a way to get into the moment. For me, I just literally look out of the world and say, I'm going to see it anew. And I ask my source to help me out. Help me see everything new. No judgment. I practice no judgment. Help me see it all new. And usually I can just click it on like that. I mean, that's just me. I merge and I just, whoa, and everything is new. Another way to get into the moment is to start a dialogue like we've done before with just words or speech or vibration that moves with your source, right? You kind of pick the thoughts of your source. all is well. That's a good downstream thought. Everything is flowing to me. I feel really good right now. This journey is really working out for me. I'm getting excited. I'm excited about getting back in the moment. I really want to let go of the past and move into this moment and see what this is all about. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Your source will help pull you in because there's a massive vibration that's moving you back into this moment. In the Course in Miracles, Yeshua would say that the mind doesn't want you to go in the moment, and it will keep you stay out of the moment by telling you that you'll lose everything you are and it'll be a bunch of confusion. Now that's a true statement. However, he goes on to say that I assure you, if you let go of who you were, it will be only love. And that is a true statement too. True love is not going to come from finding the right people, the right things, the right circumstances or situations. Why? Because this is a synchronicity. This whole world and everything you're experiencing is one synchronicity that serves you, particularly you. So that means it's got to be equal. Does that make sense? We're never going to find it out there. It will come from out there to you. But first we have to equalize it. We have to neutralize it. And the way to neutralize it is let go of the past. Just know the past is the only thing not keeping your moment neutral, so therefore it will become equal. And that's what keeps us all in disarray, and that's what keeps us arguing, and that's what, do you see what I'm saying? There's tons and tons of things that we superimpose over top of everything, and then we want everybody to be just like that. And it causes tons of problems and issues between each person. When in reality, each person has the ability to neutralize their past, move back into the present moment, let go, and allow only newness to come through. Now, from my higher perspective, the more I listen to channel material and they're like Bashar and so forth and so on, and they talk about, that every moment is new, and they give it meaning, and they get to receive the meaning that they give it. That's a true statement. That's how all of this is. It was never supposed to be superimposed by our past over and over and over again, so that way everything can trigger us and move us back to the past. Because as long as the past is on the moment, every time you see something, it'll go right back to the source of where you are. It'll remind you of what it's reminding you of. Do you see what I'm saying? It causes a trigger. And that's what we have to ultimately clean up. Otherwise, we get triggered as we go out in our world. And we can't see that which is wanted. We see that which is wanted, unwanted, that wanted, unwanted, wanted, unwanted. Does that make sense? And that doesn't turn anything on, because remember, the synchronicity needs to be all the same. That means you'll be able to look out there and see everything the same. I know, that's kind of hard to explain. And it does feel like it's chaos from the mind's perspective. But I assure you it's love. And it's perfect. And it's the same thing with the body. Don't all the body have to be the same, you see? One center, one point. Even here, I can move it right back in there, you see? I could take this hand and move this hand. And I could take this hand and move this hand, you see? They're all the same. One center, all underneath my control. And that's how this wants to be. The more you let go of the past, the more you move into the present moment now. I want to see only now, we say. Source will show you, trust me. The more you let go of all your triggers in one shot. And you see the world anew. And trust me, wow, what it looks like. When you let go of the past off your now moment, it will glow. And it will be full of wanted to see. You won't even be able to move 5 feet without seeing tons and tons of wanted, and your energy will start flowing. Your synchronicity will already turn on, and you won't even care because you'll be in so much bliss. I get that this could be tough around people, but I recommend maybe in the privacy of your own house. Once again, just sit into the heart. I want to let go of the past. Please help me understand how to let go of the past. I assure you the answers will come. I want to let go, and I want to feel what it's like to be in this present moment. I know not what anything is for. Great process. I know not what this is for. I do not know what this is for. How can I see this new? How can I see this without judgment? And the more you really want this, that's why we talk about at the beginning, are you sincere about it? If you're sincere that you really want to make it into this true present moment, then all you have to do is ask. And if you ask in the best way possible, the answer will come. I hope this helps. And as always, it is up to you to what you receive. Thanks, guys. Keep the comments going. I love having you guys around. It's like a little family, and I really appreciate that very much. My love goes out to each one of you. Hit the like button if you're liking the video, and subscribe. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation on this amazing journey back to the now.